what I would say is we've talked a lot about stereotypes, and I think there's a lot of stereotypical conversations around mental health, what it means to have a mental health diagnosis. So stereotypically, yes, a younger generation is less resilient. They're more likely to just give up. They're more likely to just go on claim and not deal with it. Older generations are more likely to just suck it up and move on. And I think one of the things that, regardless of the generations that you're working on, is there a different level of education, understanding, and understanding the individual's employee's limits. So you may see an older worker that might just be struggling as anyone else would with the pressures of everything else that the panel's talked about today, and a younger worker understanding that that's beyond my limits. And so it's an understanding that although there may be generational differences in how individuals approach mental health, as an employer, it makes it really difficult to sort of manage, but also to now understand and develop flexible programs that align to that.
So are you seeing differences in the incident rates across the generations when it comes to disability?
Yes, I would say none of you on the room is probably surprised. Mental health is the top diagnostic category in almost every industry, company, and category, if not the very close number two. As unexpectedly, the younger generation is more likely to struggle with a mental health claim. They are 60% more likely to have a mental health diagnosis than a worker over the age of 50. My panelists have talked about all the pressures around that: cost of living, affordability, pressures of inflation, ongoing stigma within the workplace. You hear the word burnout. Burnout's being talked a lot about in the industry. And so you get to a stage where your workforce is also changing. So you get older workforce that may have traditionally just sucked it up and moved on, now being replaced by a younger generation that's more aware of their mental health, their limits, and now the ability to sort of continue to manage through that. So it becomes equally more challenging as an employer to find ways to support that population.